Bright Lights. Yeah, well, it was one of those songs that, you know, we didn't really think about what songs would be singles when we were writing. We didn't try to write singles. It was one of those that sort of wrote itself, and then when we sort of finished it, looked back on it, we're like, oh yeah, you can hear it. It's like, it's very catchy. It's the most poppy that Placebo has really ever sounded, but without crossing the line into Cheeseville. And we really enjoy it, and we knew it was going to be a single at some point, but we knew we didn't want to come straight out with it. And it's a catchy little tune that we all enjoy. Yeah, it's a catchy little number. It's simple, but it's fun. Like Brian always says, all you need is 2 chords and the truth, and you got a song.
Brilliant quote there.
Yeah.
I'm going to start using that.
He's full of them, trust me.
I'm going to rip that off and say it's mine, okay? So we'll cut this shot later. But as well with the album, I mean, what was the writing process like? Is it combined effort, or is there one person in the band that mainly writes the songs, or is it a bit of everyone writes?
It's a bit of everything, really, you know. There was songs like, you know, Battle for the Sun, Speak in Tongues, Bright Lights, and a bonus track called Unisex were all sort of written from scratch between us three. 80% of the, you know, and then the rest of the tracks were either written by Brian or Stefan, or combined, and they were brought to me in a very sort of really simple bass, you know, chord structure, melody, and that was pretty much it. So I just sort of sat down and worked with what was there, and tried to work some dynamic into it, and you know, and put all my beats to it. So it's a bit of everything, you know. I think, you know, for future, you know, the writing process might change, because obviously when I came in to do the record, a lot of it had already been sort of written. Just, you know, like I said, chord structure and melody. The songs were already there. They just needed some drums to it, and there wasn't much tweaking. So with that, my job wasn't that easy, but it wasn't that difficult either, I suppose. And
yeah, the day the album came out, you played a secret show in London, where the band wouldn't really have known too much of the album then. But how do you think they've adapted to it now? Do they like it? Do they hate it? Obviously the show sold out because they all hate it, you know.
Well, actually, yeah, we've always loved it, and the fans immediately reacted to it quite well. It took some territories, I think, a little longer, because everyone wants the old stuff. But what they don't realize is, like, well, you want the old stuff. They say, oh, we want Without You I'm Nothing. But it's like, when Without You I'm Nothing came out and they started playing that live, you were wanting whatever's before that, you know. And you
as well, they're evolving, and I mean, you've come into the band now and everybody's creating more new sounds.
Yeah, it's like, why not? You know, it's like Brian, yet again, good quote. He's like, it would be a shame if a band of 15 years hasn't evolved and sort of moved on from where they were 10, 15 years ago. You know, their sound and their personality and image and everything. It's like, it'd be a shame. What if, you know, you would have learned nothing? You'd have been 15 years of wasted.
And the tour finishes up in Japan in March. What's the long-term and short-term future after that?
Tour finishes up in Japan in March? No, tour finishes in like August.
Oh right, okay. We haven't even seen those dates yet.
No, they haven't been released yet. No, that's just
fucking hell.
Have released. Yeah, we don't start till August.
I've been misled. Okay, I was like, March. Whoa, that's awful. Okay, after August. Whoa, like Jesus, you're gonna be like.
It's gonna be pretty intense.
Get no sleep.
From May 28th, 2009 to like August, September of 2010 is pretty much what it is.
Exciting times. But what's gonna happen after that? Are you just gonna get that out of the way first and then maybe make some plans?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of nothing, I tell you that much. You know, it's going to be a lot of nothing. You know, if depending how much time we have off, you know, I'm sure, you know, each of us will sort of go off and do our little projects to stay busy, and you know, we'll see what kind of comes out of that.
Bake a cake or something, you know.
Yeah, learn to knit.
What happens. Yeah, what happens?
Now I am trying to break free, be in a state of empathy. Find the true and inner me, eradicate the schism. No one can take it away.
I want to ask you a little bit now about your tattoos.
Yeah.
You got an awful lot of them there. Which was your first one, and
my
why?
Ribs. my rib piece. I'll show you. Because it goes down a little bit.
Ooh.
That was my first one.
That's pretty nice.
Cheers. and it was when and it was when I was 18. And I've always wanted to cover my whole body in tattoos. I remember as soon as I found a proper artist and everything. He is actually the one that ended up going on to do my whole torso and
What's
many
his
parts
name?
of my leg. His name is Jay Shirley.
And what studio is he at?
He's at, it's a terrible name, but it's a wonderful, it's called Blasting Zone Tattoo out of my hometown. And it's got 3 or 4 of the best artists in the entire Central Valley of California, entire state of California, to be quite honest. Aside from the legends that are, of course, in San Francisco, like your Jeff Rasher, your Scott Sylvia's, your Ed Hardy's, of course he works maybe once a week now for like $1,000 an hour, but he still does it. Mike Davis, all these amazing people.
And do you think if you were in the music industry that you mightn't have any tattoos?
I'd definitely be. I'd probably be more covered because I'd be working in a tattoo shop. I worked in a tattoo shop for 2 years. The one that tattoo shop that I worked on at. I apprenticed and did that for a while. So if I wasn't doing music, I suppose I'd have even more tattoos and I'd be tattooing people a lot more.
Fantastic. And I was just about to ask you if you have any band tattoos, but I see you have Elvis.
Yeah, he's an unfinished Elvis, bless him. He's got one more appointment. I got 2.5 hours in and I just was done. I was like, listen, mate. He's like, I gotta finish his face. I said, listen, mate, I'll come back next week and we'll finish the face. That was 2 years ago. So in January I'm going to California. I told him, listen, mate, can we finish Elvis? He's like, yeah.
Excellent.
We'll finish
so you are
Elvis.
going to get tattooed in the tour and possibly maybe more.
Yeah. Well, I got to finish this one, which is
wow. Ooh, pretty lady.
Oh yeah, there she is. And then I'm actually getting my neck done by Jeff Rasher out of Blackheart Tattoo in San Francisco
he's amazing.
well. Yeah.
And do you have any placebo tattoos?
No.
Any plans to get any?
No, it's sort of like you don't get your band emblem on you, just like you don't get your girlfriend's name tattooed on you, sort of thing.
There's a good tip from Steve Forrest.
Because you never know, both can leave you at any moment. Family's okay.
That's deep. You're a man who's got his head screwed on when it comes to tattoos. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us here, and best of luck with the tour that finishes in August.
Thank you very much.